How's it going, everyone? Nick with Foreclosure Finder. I'm back with another walkthrough of the week. Don't forget to like and subscribe. New videos every Saturday morning. We are out here today in Pittsfield, Massachusetts. I'm actually doing a third-party valuation for an on-market listing. Looks like they're having a little trouble moving it. Asked me to come by, just give a second opinion of value. So, as is tradition, figured I'd bring you guys along with me. So we're starting outside today. 1920s build, 3 bedrooms, 1 bath, little over 1,200 square feet. Some funky stuff going on here. Property's definitely showing its age, and I wanted to take a look at the start on the outside. I want to take a look at the garage. Got a little funky setup there too. I haven't seen a case over an electric meter like that ever. Leave a comment if that's common in your area of the country. Usually the meters are, lack of better phrasing, exposed out here in the Northeast, but that's the first time I've ever seen a meter cover on it like that. Decent backyard. Could probably use a little landscaping in the back here and just the surround. Looks like they had an in-ground pool here, or I'm sorry, above ground pool here at one point. But nice entertaining space. Decent, slopes down a little bit here, but not too bad. Got some rocks in here, but again, that's a relatively easier landscaping. Tall building. We do have some attic, walk-up attic access too. So we'll keep that in mind. Just taking a look. Siding looks in decent shape. Windows are newer. Roof looks all right. I'm not seeing anything too crazy. Some staining right here, but that's not too bad. We've seen a lot worse. I am seeing some issues on the chimney right at the top. Looks like it's missing a few bricks, but property's got plenty of deferred maintenance. You guys already know. We'll pop into this garage now. I wanted to show you. Garage is in pretty rough shape. You can see right in the outside we're seeing some issues. Make sure I'm pointing at the right spot right here, and then take a look at how this is set up. It almost seems like this little back porch was a secondary thought. So we have like not like a there's a driveway, but it looks like it was just a gravel dirt driveway, right? And then you come right to the garage, but the garage isn't lined up with the driveway. So I found that a little odd. And I mean you're not getting your car in here, and even if you are, I don't know how you're getting it out, because you got the stairs from this little back porch blocking you here. So I'm thinking this was probably added at some point, original driveway, and maybe they weren't using this to store the car, but I just found that a little odd with it being really off center. This should be moved over about 12 to 18 inches to the left. So just interesting, something to consider, off-street parking, but just something to keep in mind. Now in here, the thing is with the garage, the garage off center with the driveway, but this thing might be on its last legs. You can see we got some daylight coming through in a few spots here. You can just see what we got going on. So I mean, could you get away with it now? But sure, but it's something to consider down the line, especially with actual blocks and bricks missing. So again, just something to keep in mind in terms of the value. So I like bringing you guys along on these two. I can always look back at the video, see if I miss anything. Hatchway, obviously this got to all be redone. You can see the deterioration of the concrete here, and even what's left of the door. So seen a lot of actually concrete issues here. So maybe it was just getting some moisture. Look in, no gutters, so that might be adding up. You guys know how I feel about gutters and water mitigation. So okay, it is on natural gas, but I did see an oil tank in the basement. So maybe they just left the tank, haven't gotten rid of it yet. That's not too uncommon. All right, so coming through the front door here. Now we do have some early century charm here. Like the entryway definitely reminds me and feels like a 1920s house. And then as we'll go this way first, just because this is kind of a dead end area. So we can go up the stairs upstairs, and then off to the side here we have basically a little bonus room, living room area. A few things I want to notice or point out though. In the pictures, this looked like a pretty flat floor, but we got some bumps here. Looks like the hardwood underneath it is starting to buckle a bit. That matches up because there was some of the same thing upstairs, and then you can see we have some water damage evidence as well. So just keeping that in mind. Looks like they had a plumbing break here, maybe related to the radiators, and I just want to keep that in the back of my mind for the valuation. Nice little dining room area. I actually like this wood paneling. Usually not a fan of wood paneling, and then you got the nice coffered ceiling. This room with a change of floor I think would be pretty nice. Leave a comment if it suits your taste, but I'm usually not a fan of the panels. Usually we're seeing like those old 70s panels in the basement, But this is like a more modernized style. See, this is like a lot down by the shoreline in Connecticut, and well, we're in Mass today, but at least where I'm from, Connecticut. And then we got a nice coffered ceiling. There's some coffered ceilings upstairs as well. This room is in great shape, all things considered. But the house, you know, is, like I said, showing its age a little bit. All right, kitchen here, not too much to write home about. Pretty standard, pretty simple layout. I'll just get a quick turnaround here. Looks like we got the old ironing board compartment there. That's how you can tell how old the place is. Boarded up back door. All right. I mean, decent footprint. I'm just trying to figure out where you put everything, because they probably had the oven here, maybe the fridge right next to it, but that might be a little bit of a tight squeeze there. So I'm just thinking about, you know, functionality, layout, and some more of the coffered ceilings in here too. A little bit of a issue right here now that I'm looking up, but overall they seem to be in good shape. And then this looked like a little laundry area, maybe. Oh, maybe not, just extra storage. Maybe, okay, the pantry probably. It looks like they have some type of plumbing running up here. But again, you see that usually the older homes will have that separate pantry access. Again, I'm just trying to figure out where you put the appliances in this place. Because no dishwasher either, right? Nope. So I always try to think about that too, because functionality does matter. You know, condition's one thing, but functionality is a completely different story. We'll pop into the basement real quick. Let's see what we got going down here. Again, 1920, so the place is over 100 years old at this point. And we'll see a few pieces of that evidence. Like, we got a nice wrapped pipe here. If I was a gambling man, I'd probably say that's asbestos. You know, obviously you can't confirm it till you get it tested, but I'm seeing a few wrapped pipes down here. Pretty small basement. I'm just trying to think about the outside of the house. This could be the footprint. The oil tank's full, so I'm gonna have to look into that, because there is a gas meter out front. So maybe they just converted it and decided to leave the tank here. It's just easier than getting it out. Now this is interesting. Having a pit dug out for the furnace. I don't think I've ever seen this before. Anybody who might have some more information, you know, maybe leave a comment. I don't know if this gets water or what, but I don't know why you'd recess the furnace. Usually you're pulling it up off the ground, not sinking it into the ground, because everything looks relatively newer on it, like newer burner. Even some of the plumbing looks like it's been replaced more recently, that shiny copper. So okay, keep that in mind. I'm not seeing any significant water intrusion evidence here. We got some rust on the lolly columns here, but that's not too out of the ordinary. But oh, there's a plumbing break, so okay, or a plumbing repair, I should say. So maybe like I said, we saw some evidence upstairs in the house. Maybe it was a little bit more significant down here, and we're kind of seeing the leftover. All right. And then we do have some fuses, so that'll be a nice electrical upgrade as well. I'm gonna have to keep that in mind for the valuation. All right. Yeah, not too much down here, a little bit of a dungeon, but gotta come down and take a look. Gotta get every piece of the puzzle. Actually, let's take a look while I got you guys down here, because is the oil line coming? So the oil line is hooked up to the burner, but they got a gas meter. Maybe the gas was for the appliances. Like they had a gas, maybe they had a gas oven, gas stove, or gas dryer even. Actually, we'll take a look right when we pop up here, see if there's a gas line. Have you guys deduce with me in real time. See, that looks like an old radiator hookup right here. So yeah, so all right, so interesting. Maybe just gas is hooked up to the house, but they're not using it. I've seen that before. That's not very common, but it's not like it can't happen. Okay. All right, we'll head upstairs. Now these stairs are a little wonky. They're kind of going this way a little bit. Again, 105-year-old house, so we're gonna see. It's not gonna be perfect. Not everything's gonna be plumb. Looks like they had a animal here at some point, just seeing some of the deterioration, scratching on that post there. All right, we'll come into bedroom number 1. Now again, nothing too crazy going on here. We saw some of the evidence of the buckled floor in the first level. And now that I'm looking at it here, yeah, it looks like we just had a radiator leak. Okay, it probably just leaked, worked its way down, and then you're seeing the result. Some more coffered ceilings up here. These even have a little like inlay in them. They're rounded. I like the one downstairs better, but that's just me. Obviously, the plaster's going to need some work and be plastered here, not drywall. So might be a little bit more time consuming in terms of the repair. Now there is carpet in the bathroom, but it's not fully carpeted. It looks like they just might have had this leftover piece that they off-cut. Bathroom's a good size, honestly not too bad in here, all things considered. New tub insert, I mean even the vanity's in decent shape. You know, I'd probably ditch the dolphin stuff, but that's just my taste. But again, I'm not seeing any leaks in here, just trying to see if there's leaks. The bathroom looks like it was all right, at least compared to the rest of the house. Some more of the coffered ceiling up here in the hallway, and then you'll see we have the double stairwell downstairs to the main level, and then this is going to take us up to the walk-up attic. All right, bedroom number, actually not a bedroom, no closet in here. This one probably the best condition of all the rooms. Looks like the radiator held up. This is the back of the plumbing for the bathroom, just the access panel. Okay, and then more so it seems like every room has its own design up here. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, adds a little bit of flavor to each individual room, right? Now this was just a closet. Thinking maybe if you wanted to put a half bath up here, you could probably get one in. Obviously depending on where the plumbing's running, but if you were gonna put it anywhere, this is probably where it would be. So again, nothing too wild in here, just a closet at the end of the hallway. And then we got bedroom number 2. So they might be calling one of these a bedroom. I'll have to look at the tax card. And then some more. This is just a normal coffer ceiling up here, matching what was downstairs. So again, just trying to take it in, see what's going on. Floor's not too bad in here. Looks like they were just breaking up the thresholds here with the beams going the other way. Okay. Cool. We got the big wide trim on the floors too. Trim in here, I mean, it looks like it's old. A lot of it does have some chipping, and give you guys a little light there, some chipping and peeling, but the wider stuff is more expensive these days, so depending obviously what your style is going to be. So heading up to the walk-up attics, looks like they had a little bit of decoration up here on the side walls. Watch out, might be dangerous up here. We'll heed the warning. Nice little walk-up attic. It is very warm up here. It's like 70, 75 right now outside, and I'm already sweating the second I walked up here. So more of that design on the ceiling here. So maybe they were just using this, you know, maybe this was like the teenagers hangout, something like that, right? Because there's no like finished rooms up here. And then take a look at this chimney. We don't get very many close-ups of chimneys, mostly because a lot of the attics we see don't have the walk-up like this one. So just seeing some residue here. All right. And again, just taking a look. We got any daylight in here? No, it looks pretty good. Okay, like I said, the roof looked pretty good from the outside. So I imagine if they had their issue, it's been addressed. The one thing I will say though, a little bit of a safety concern. I mean, we got the nails coming through, and if I wanted to, you could have banged your head on that pretty easily. And then just some safety stuff too. They got the rail on this side, but not on the rest of the surrounding stairs. So might have to keep that in mind. Again, safety, functionality, all that stuff. Safety first at these properties. You guys know how I feel about that. Is that gonna wrap us up? I think that is it, unless I'm missing any rooms. I have to confirm some of the bedrooms here. They might be calling this room a bedroom. I'll have to take a look, talk to the agent. Okay. All right, cool. I think that's gonna wrap it up for today. Appreciate you guys sticking around for another walkthrough of the week. Again, don't forget, new videos every Saturday morning. Nick signing off till next time. See ya.